Now, did you feel called to coaching? Because it's something that I feel like is, you kind of find your way to it, or it does feel like a definite calling. Did you feel called to it, or?
I did. I felt called. I didn't know if it was necessarily coaching, but I felt
Mm,
called to speak with women about how to support themselves better.
yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
so I didn't know, and I just had to find an avenue to do it. So I put
Mm-hmm.
coaching to it. So, because I always tell people, like, the gift can change, or the gift doesn't change even if the talent does. So the gift
Yes.
was to empower, to encourage, to help them support themselves. The vehicle, which is the talent, how I do it, can change. So whether that's through speaking, whether that's through coaching, that can change. But I did feel called to do this. And so that
Yes.
was what the was like, you know what? I'm gonna pivot again. And I didn't
Yes.
know I didn't know what was on the other side of that, right? Like, I walked away. I remember my mentor saying, "You walked away from like contracts and money and all of these things, and you were like, I feel like Moses out here in the promised land. Like, I'm supposed to help these women get free from themselves." And she was like, "You sure?" I was like, "I don't know, but I feel like this is
Yeah.
what I'm supposed to do, so I'm gonna just keep going."
Well, that's interesting because I have pivoted many times in my life, and I have found that sometimes people are scared for you, and that may
Yep.
look like them projecting their own fears onto you. Did you have did you have folks around you who were like, "You got this," or did you have folks around you who were like, "Girl, you are out of your mind"? And
Both.
okay,
I had a little bit of both,
yeah,
which is why I was real careful about how many I was sharing with,
yeah,
because too
yeah,
many voices become too many voices,
yeah.
right? And so I already got my own voice that I'm trying to work through, subconscious and
Hmm.
all the other things, imposter syndrome, anything else you want to throw out there. So I'm just
Yeah,
like, I
I
don't
got
need,
enough.
I got enough, right? I
I
get it,
got all the bases covered. Imposter syndrome. You
right,
can't
girl,
do
I'm
this.
good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Trust me, I don't need any more. So
Right.
I was just like, but the desire was so strong. It was like I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't ignore it. And
Mm-hmm.
then I knew I couldn't, because before me even saying that this is what I was going to do, like, those same women were asking me about, like, what are you doing? Like, you seem like you're so, calm or whatever on set, or you seem like, you know, you come with your little kit, like, of things that you're doing to take care of, like, they're seeing me just take care of me. And so they were kind of asking me slowly, and I was like, this is something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but there's something here. And that was the moment that I decided to say yes to the self-care space. And here's the thing, this wasn't what it even is like 3-4 years ago. This wasn't even what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
There were no self-care coaches, right? Like, everyone wanted to lump me into life coaching or to therapy. Or I was like, I'm neither. I am helping women with their day-to-day habits, their routines. How are they showing up for themselves now to preserve the selves of tomorrow?
Well, how are we showing up? Talk a little bit about how are we showing up? Because I know how I'm showing up, honey, and it is a
We are
struggle.
showing up with still capes on, right? Trying to be
Ooh.
super women,
Mm-hmm.
um, still feeling guilty in many
Mm-hmm.
ways that spending time on self or taking time for thyself. We are showing up in ways where we still feel like it has to be either or. And I like to tell my clients it's and. It's not either they are taken care of or me. It's they
Mm-hmm.
should be taken care of, as in your family, whoever, and you,
Yeah.
right? You are a part of your family. So when you say, I'm taking care of my family, are you not a part of your family dynamic?
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
take care
Yes.
of you too. We're showing up with still putting oxygen mask on everyone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Suffocate, drowning and suffocating
Woo,
ourselves. Capacity,
honey.
capacity, plates full, giving the day everything we got. And I always tell people, give the day what you can, not all that you got. You know,
Every interview is a therapy session for me. I just want you to know that. So just
I
last
love
night,
it.
I had, achieved what I wanted to achieve for the day. I was very proud of myself. And I was like, okay, let me keep going on to the next thing. And I was like,
Mm,
bitch, you're
sit down.
tired.
Sit down.
You're tired.
You have
Sit
hit your
down.
cap. You've hit your
Yeah,
cap.
I hit my cap and I was like, you need to sit down and relax. So
But we feel like we have to power through.
yeah, power through and also like take advantage of every waking moment to be productive and yes. So okay.
Yep.
How did you even come to the very specificity? Because I love how you made it very specific for us that you are a self-care coach. How did you come to that specificity? And is it one of those things too where you have to make sure that your oxygen mask is on first? Because I can
Every day.
imagine this work is
Every day.
very
Every day, all day, like throughout the
yeah,
day. I'm like, wait, where's
yeah,
that oxygen mask? Hold on. Hold on before I
yeah,
answer these DMs. Hold on.
right.
Okay, wait, before I show
Yes,
up, before I
yeah,
get on this, these
yeah.
podcasts, I have to. So it became very specific when I started looking at my own journey. Like I tell people I was my first case study. Like I was that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt like, what was it that you did for yourself? And I was like, I cared better for myself. And so
And it sounds so
it's so
simple,
simple, but 9 times out of
but
10, it
also
always is
profound. You're like, I cared better for myself. Profound. Yeah.
profound.
Yeah.
And I said, well, then self care, right?
Yeah.
Coaching,
Yeah.
coaching other women to care better for themselves. So it
Wow.
just made sense to just say self-care because that was the only thing I could think of, right? I was like, I'm not redesigning their life. I'm not a life
Mm-hmm.
redesigner. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
all these amazing terms that are out there, but like, what is my zone of genius, right? What's my zog? And
Yeah.
so I was just like, that's what I know. And I'm going
Yeah.
to be speaking from experience. So let's label it that, and just kind of kept going with it, and then it made sense to have to keep talking about it. So I had to give people my perspective of what this whole self-care meant, what
Yeah.
self-care coaching meant, and defining that and showing up. And so I knew I would have to do a lot of work online for people to receive that, right? Like people have to hear something anywhere between 11 to 17 times before they even remotely think
Yes.
about it. And so I was like, I got to keep showing up, talking about this over and over so that when they hear self-care, I'm in one of the people that comes up in their brain. Like she
Yes.
talks about that all the time. She's always talking about personal growth, self-care. Like that's always what she's talking. Exactly.